Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce our faculty speaker today, Mr. DPetty. Known to many at WCC as that guy who rides his bicycle to school all year long, Dale has been teaching electricity and electronics at the college for over 20 years. During the previous 20 years, Dale enjoyed a career in biomedical engineering. At age 3, Dale received an American Flyer electric train set, which started him down a path to become an electrical engineer. Along that path, Dale became an Eagle Scout, received a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from the University of Buffalo, where he also learned how to ride a bike in the snow. He received a master's degree in biomedical engineering from Case Western Reserve University. He's received a patent, and he gets all of his household electricity from the sun. Dale attributes all of his accomplishments to being raised by Depression-era farming parents, being surrounded by a diverse group of intelligent and enthusiastic teachers and learners of all ages, and the loving support of his family, community, and natural environment. Currently, Dale holds the position of professional faculty member in the Industrial Technology Department, serves on various environmental committees at the college, and is WCC's liaison to the American College and University President's Climate Commitment Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. DPetty.
Thank you. And thank you, CJ, for your story. Stories like that keep us going year after year. Esteemed and distinguished everybody, and especially the graduating class of 2014. I stand before you today very humbly, realizing that had you gone to an expensive college, you might now be listening to Peyton Manning or a young billionaire college dropout. Regarding my qualifications, I'm reminded of my first day at WCC. I confidently strode into the classroom and began to introduce myself by listing my impressive credentials: awards, degrees, patents. Shortly, I was interrupted by a young woman who bluntly said, "So, you've never actually taught a college class before, have you?" At that moment, I humbly began my long career of listening to and learning from my students. One thing I'm trying to learn from you is how to be more resilient. You've been through a lot in recent years. Some of you lost parents, close friends, even children. You've survived unemployment, homelessness, alcohol, incarceration, brain surgery. And here you are at graduation. Yes. I think it was philosopher Nietzsche who once said, "If whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I should be able to bench press a Buick." That's you, class of 2014. It appears you're going to need all of that resilience, and you're going to have to learn how to work together to build resilient communities. Recent reports from the scientific community indicate that humanity is in for a rough ride as climate change progresses, not to mention the end of cheap energy, disappearance of farmland, extinction of species, etc., etc. I'm afraid my generation has given you all sorts of toys to distract and entertain you, but left you with an impaired life support system. We've given you a host of ways to consume, but not so many ways to preserve. An immense body of scientific knowledge, but not the social systems to make wise use of it. I'm proud that our president and board of trustees have joined hundreds of other colleges and taken steps to mitigate the college's impact on the climate. But will it be enough? Will it be in time? Several years ago, on a rainy night in Detroit, I was driving home feeling disheartened after spending a difficult evening with a friend who was going through very rough times. Suddenly, an injured dog appeared in front of me in the middle of the road, and I stopped the car and ran over and scooped her up. Then, looking around, I realized I was standing in the middle of Woodward Avenue with a 70-pound bleeding dog in my arms, in the dark, with 4 lanes of traffic bearing down on me, and no plan. What was I thinking? At that moment, I heard 2 women calling out from the side of the road, "Just bring the dog here. Bring her here." I could do that. I broke from my paralysis and ran to the side of the road, to their car. And as I watched them drive off to a nearby animal hospital, it dawned on me that I didn't have to always have everything figured out. Whether I was faced with a wounded dog or a wounded person or a wounded planet, sometimes I could just react from my innate compassion and do something. And there just might be somebody at the side of the road calling, "Bring the dog here. Just bring her here." I'm thinking this morning of the power of this beautiful WCC community of ours. I invite you to close your eyes for a moment or look into the eyes of the person next to you and imagine what we can accomplish by deeply listening to each other across all boundaries and working together. Oh, had I a golden thread and a needle so fine, I would weave a magic strand of rainbow design, of rainbow design. Oh, my brothers and sisters, my rainbow design, we can weave a wondrous world with hand and heart and mind, with hand and heart and mind. Thank you.